Many guys looking for a wife ask what types of Filipinas to pursue and what types of Filipinas to avoid. There are obvious types, which are those who dress provocatively, complain about their finances, or use curse words, but I want to go deeper than that, beyond the obvious. Don't trust Filipinas that swear to tell the truth. Growing up, my grandma used to always tell us there's nothing worse in this world than a liar. One of the best ways to spot a liar is if she has to constantly swear she's telling the truth. If she begins her sentences with "to tell you the truth" or "honestly," it's because she's worried that she won't be believed. But why does a person who's truthful need to worry that they won't be believed? Another good sign of a liar is if they give convoluted explanations. I remember when I was dating a girl, and when I looked at her phone I saw her telling another guy, "I love you." When I confronted her about it, she swore up and down that it was her cousin and they were just close. She gave this long convoluted explanation as to why she spoke that way with her cousin. It didn't take a genius to figure out she was lying, and that was indeed her real Filipino boyfriend. Girls who tell lies about others, even white lies. I strongly advise guys to avoid girls who tell lies about others. Even so-called white lies. Someone who is willing to lie about other people is certainly willing to lie about you. Furthermore, a gossip may be fun to listen to, but gossips are typically the most vicious people out there. We all gossip to some degree, but someone who tells outright lies about others just to bring attention to themselves or achieve their own goals is a person with a black heart. Attention seekers. Attention seeking can go way beyond being scantily clad. If you are talking to a girl and you're noticing she does things to draw attention to herself, such as constant complaining about her life on social media, taking selfies every day and posting them on Facebook, being boastful, or constantly gossiping, she should be avoided. The reason being is most attention seekers are insecure and need constant validation from others in order to make it through their day. These people often have deeply internal issues that you may not want to deal with. Avoid Filipinas who are disobedient to their parents. The parent is the first and foremost representation of authority in our lives. There's a reason that not only is the first commandment to honor your mother and father, but the Bible says no less than 20 times to respect your parents. We were given a mother and a father so that we may receive guidance through life. Now I'm fully aware that some homes are dysfunctional and some parents just aren't that great. But a woman who constantly speaks ill of her parents and is flagrantly disrespectful clearly has a problem respecting authority. If she won't respect the authority of those who gave her life, what makes you think she'll respect your authority once she gets what she wants from you? Stay away from girls whose parents don't care. Before I moved to Bacolod, I was in Iloilo first. My girlfriend was with me for an entire week while in Iloilo, and then when we moved to Bacolod. Once we got to Bacolod, I assumed her family would want to meet me. When I asked about it, she said, "Oh, they don't care." What the heck? I thought. Your parents don't want to know who their child has been spending the last week with, even more so because he's from the other side of the world? That wasn't right. This is true in America, but especially in the Philippines, the fathers are supposed to be protective of their daughters. I'd be very wary of any girl whose parents allow their young daughter to go out with random guys by herself. If you've been talking to a girl and she hasn't mentioned her family wanting to meet you and get to know you, it is most likely because she's had dozens of guys before you and they don't care. More to the point, the family is probably using her to extract money from vulnerable foreigners. The more likely scenario if you're dating a provincial girl is that her family will require a chaperone to accompany her when she's with you. That means you'll be paying for dinner for three. Avoid Filipinas who are ungrateful. The greatest pleasure in a relationship comes from sacrificing yourself for your partner. However, a girl that's very pretty and thinks she's doing you a favor by dating you is going to be very difficult to make sacrifices for. We all want gratitude, and a girl that is ungrateful should be avoided no matter how pretty she is. What's worse is an ungrateful girl will probably always be on the lookout for greener pastures, i.e. a guy with more money. A Filipina who won't forgive. Ask anyone who's been married more than 5 years and they'll tell you one of the most important aspects to keeping a marriage together is the ability to forgive. Now, I'm not saying she should be a doormat, but even if you are always on your best behavior, you will undoubtedly do things that annoy or even infuriate her. A woman who won't forgive and holds grudges is not a woman you want to be around. If you date a woman like that, expect to have things you did 5, or even 10 years ago, thrown back at you during an argument. I'd say living with a woman like that is the closest thing to hell we have on earth. Lastly, avoid a girl that is just too perfect. Some people may get the impression that I am advocating that you look for a perfect girl. I tell you the truth, there is no perfect girl. Every woman you meet will be a flawed individual just as you are. Only you can determine which flaws you will accept and which ones you can't. However, a girl that just seems way too perfect is often not showing her true self. Remember, many of these girls are desperate and will do anything to get out of their current situations. If she just seems too perfect, then she's probably not being honest. No human being is going to agree with you 100% of the time. No woman is going to want to be subservient and take orders from you all the time. If your purpose for dating a woman in the Philippines is because you want a subservient wife who will take your orders with a smile, then may I kindly suggest you get a dog instead. Choose a woman who will help you to progress, not one who will keep you stagnant. If you like the video, please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to get more practical Filipina dating advice.